safety guidelines. So all participants are advised to receive clearance from their physician or their exercise therapist prior to initiating an exercise program. So please do not participate if clearance has not been received. Also, do not participate since your last contact with us if you have experienced any unusual symptoms, have had any unplanned doctor or hospital visit, or if you are someone who's living with heart failure and you have noticed any ankle or leg swelling or a weight increase of 4 pounds in 2 days or 5 pounds in 1 week. This is a virtual exercise class, so please have an emergency plan in place as we are unable to physically assist you. If you develop any symptoms during the session, stop exercising. If symptoms get worse, seek medical attention, and in any event of emergency, call 911. Let a family member know that you're exercising so that way they know where you are. Remember that you are in control of your own workout, so please stay within your comfort level. I'm going to pass it on to Elena, who will take you through your exercise session. Enjoy, everyone.
Hi everyone, I'm back. How are we doing today? Remember, if you'd like, you can put your camera on. I do like to see some friendly faces, but if not, I won't be offended. We are going to start with our warm-up. We're getting to our aerobic training with some stretching, obviously, later. So just starting with a light march. Yeah, adding some shoulder rolls back. Rolling forwards. Punching out in front. Over to the side. Swap on over to the other side. Awesome work. Down to the ground. Going back to that march as normal. Maybe now you're going to bring that knee up a bit higher, or maybe you're going to try to march a bit quicker. Who knows? You guys get to pick. We're going to do some toe taps out in front, and you can add in a bicep curl with that. We're going to change those to some heel taps, keeping up with those bicep curls. We're going to go back to that punching out in front. Get some good punches in there. We're going to add in some swing arms now in front. Remember, we always want our warm-up to feel about that 11 RPE, meaning a fairly light, so we can slowly get everything going. We're going to do our back curl now, arms going back. We never want to hop in right away to exercise without warming up or cooling down. Cooling down is just as important as well. Good, I want you guys to put your arms out at 90 degrees while marching, and we're just going to do some rotation. Maybe one arm's going to go up, one's down, and then we are going to swap. Good. Okay, I am feeling warm. Another shoulder roll back. You guys can grab a sip of water. Anytime if you need a sip of water, please grab it. You don't have to wait for me to tell you. So if you're new for the aerobic training, everyone does it a little bit differently. I do it in sets. So I have about 4 different sets for you guys today. We will always have a home-based exercise, I like to call it. So if there's something that I'm doing that you maybe find too hard or you don't like, you can always resort back to that home-based exercise so you keep moving. The home-based exercise to start this first set will just be regular march. So we did that obviously in our warm-up, so we're all pros at it now. I'm going to start with that march and then we will go into the next exercise I'll tell you each time. Okay, so starting off with our march, just slowly get us into it. We would do this usually for about 20 seconds, and then when we go to that next exercise, that's usually about 40 seconds we're doing that for. So just like we did in our warm-up, I'm going to have you guys add in those toe taps again, and you're going to keep your arms pumping, okay? So really trying to stretch out your foot in front. You can try to maybe build this up a little bit quicker once you get used to it. Awesome, 20 more seconds, then we will go back to our march. Awesome, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, just back to that march for about 20 seconds here. Taking some breaths as you need. If you need water, that could be a time to do it as well. So this next exercise, we're going to do our toe taps. We're going backwards this time, okay? So we're reaching that foot back, tapping that toe back, okay? Then again, once you get the hang of it, you can go maybe a little bit quicker, keeping those arms moving and pumping. Go ahead, about 20 more seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to our march, okay? Awesome work. So you can choose to go maybe at a slower pace during that march, or if you want to keep going quick, you're allowed to do whatever you want. Listen to your body. That's what I tell everyone. Next, we're just going to go into some regular squats, okay? For 40 seconds, starting now, feet shoulders apart. Coming down to that squat, driving up through our heels, chest is up, nice and proud. I'll go on the side so you can see. Glutes going all the way back like we're going to sit into a chair. Awesome work. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Back to that march. Okay, we're finishing off this set. Then we're going to go to our second set. So maybe for this end of the last set, you're going to try to pump a little bit quicker, or you're good at the spot you're in. Awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Okay, end of our first set. If you want to take a sip of water, you can. I definitely feel my heart rate going up now. Who do I see on screen? Gary, thank you for coming on camera, Gary. Nice to see you. So we're going into set 2, okay? So for the home-based exercise, just side steps, okay? So stepping side to side is the movement. If you want, you can sway your arms. You could do a curl if you like, but side stepping, okay? So that's always the exercise you can go back to if you don't like what I'm doing. To start, we're doing, after that is a bicycle, okay? So whether you're seated or standing, you could still do this. Going to opposite knees switching, okay? So we will start in 5 seconds. I will let us go because I'm watching the clock on my end, okay? So we're going to go just in that side step to begin, okay? If you want to sway your arms, you can do that. I'll tell you when we're gonna hop in that bicycle, okay? Slowly again, it's back in case there's anyone taking a little longer water break, which I am A-okay with. Okay, we're gonna go into that bicycle in 2, 1. Okay, opposite hand to opposite knee. Awesome work, very good. Halfway done. Okay, 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going into those side steps again, okay? Awesome, very good work. So the next time we go into those bicycles again, we're gonna do just your right knee, okay? Tap into your right knee. Okay, we're gonna go into that right knee now. So just on the 1, okay? So a little bit quicker, you may find it. Still working on that twist with our torso. Way to make it harder, if you find this is too easy, you can do elbow as well. But everyone, please stay within your comfort level. Just because I'm doing it doesn't mean you have to do it. Remember, marching or the side steps are a great exercise to go back to. This is too much. 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Back to those side steps. Awesome. Remember, you have the option to slow down here, or maybe you're going to pick it up a bit. Okay, so now we're going to that left knee, okay? Starting now, we're just doing the left. So it will be your right hand to your left knee. Good. Or you have the option, if you want to make it harder, you can do elbow or hand to knee. Ten more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to those side steps. Finish off this set. Awesome. Very, very good work. Remember, if any break you need to take one, go ahead. Okay, finishing off our second set there. Awesome. You can grab a sip of water if you'd like, or keep with the sway, either or. Okay, so our home base for the next set will just be that marching again, okay? So you guys know it, you're pros at it. Then we're going to go into some side steps, and I want us to do overhead, okay? But I will tell you, of course. And then we'll do a squat with just one leg going out at a time, and then we'll swap over to the other leg going out at the time, okay? I'll have to give you a heads up before we get into it. We're going to start just with the marching for 20 seconds to get us into it. Okay, so we're stepping over to the side and adding that lean. Good. We're getting some side lunges in here with an overhead reach. Very good work. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to that march. Very, very good work. Okay, so you guys can pick whichever leg you'd like to start with. I'm just going to start with my right leg. So when we do our squats, we're coming in close, okay? Then we're going out wide, coming back in, okay? This is all happening on the same leg. So out wide, together. Out wide, close together. Good. Work. 10 more seconds of this leg. Very, very good. Awesome. Back to that march. Very good work, everyone. Okay, so now we're going to swap over to the other leg in about 10 seconds. We know what to expect, okay? So we're all pros. Okay, we're starting now with that opposite leg coming in together, out wide, that close together, out wide. Good. 40 seconds we're going to do this for. Great work, everyone. Very, very good. Almost there. 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go back to that march to finish off the third set. And then we've got one more and then stretching. My favorite. Taking some nice deep breaths as needed. Okay, awesome. We can take a sip of water. So I'm going to let the crowd pick. Do we want to do set 1 that had the toe taps, okay, and the squats? Set 2 had those bicycles, or set 3, what we just did with those lots of squats? Which one do we want to do as our last set? 1, 2, or 3? 1, Gary, you're on camera, so we'll go with 1, okay? So we're going to start, remember, the marching is the base exercise, okay? So we're going to begin with that. I was hoping Gary would pick 1. Okay, remember, we're going into those front taps, okay? So we're going to add in a curl with it. So tapping out in front. Let's add in that bicep curl this time, okay? Very good. So now that you've seen this exercise before, maybe you're going to go a little bit quicker. Awesome, almost done. 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to marching, okay? Good. So now remember, we're going to go into those tap backs. So we're tapping our toe backwards this next time. I will tell you when. We can continue those bicep curls with the exercise, okay? Awesome. So beginning with those toe taps, tapping that toe back, and you have the arm as well for the bicep curl. Good. Again, you've seen this one before, so now maybe you're a pro, and we're going to go a bit speedier, or you're going to stay at the same pace you were doing the last time. 3, 2, 1. Back to that march. Okay, we're on our last exercise after this. We're going into our regular squats, okay? 40 seconds of hard squats we're gonna do to finish it off, okay, everyone? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start with those squats, okay? Counting down, pushing up through our heels, chest up nice and proud. Glutes are going all the way back. Good work. That was 20 seconds, only 20 more. See what you can give me in that 20 seconds, okay? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to marching to finish it off. Awesome work, everyone. Very, very good. So we're going to go into a bit of a slower march now to kind of cool down before we get to that stretching. You're going to walk to the front and you're going to walk back if you have space. If not, staying on the spot is good. Walking back and forwards. Let's add in a shoulder roll again while we march. Awesome. Okay, shake it out. Grab a sip of water if you'd like. I'm going to, most definitely. Okay, so now into our just as important cool down. I'm gonna start. You guys can just sway side to side, moving your arms, maybe shifting your hips side to side. We're gonna add in those shoulder rolls again, okay? Nice big shoulder rolls, opening up our chest. We can roll them forwards. Taking some nice big deep breaths. We're gonna stretch out our arms a bit, okay? So you can grab your elbow, pulling it across your body there. Awesome. Good, we're gonna do the other arm now. So pulling that opposite elbow over across our body. Good. If you can, we're going to grab our elbow up at the top. If this is good for you, just doing that, that's fine. If you want more of a stretch, you can pull your elbow a little bit more. Awesome. We can switch arms. So now we will be grabbing the opposite elbow behind our back. Good. Okay. Arms coming down, nice and slow. You guys are going to give me a thumbs up. And we're going to pull our arms straight back. If you can, and your fingers can touch, you can even interlock them. But if you can't, just keeping your arms as far pulled back as you can is going to do the same stretch for you, okay? Good, you can release. Then give me a thumbs down, going back the same way. And you can try interlocking again, maybe. Good, awesome work. Okay, we're going to just do some hip rolls, rotating our hips around. Good. We're going to go back to that in front arm stretch. Okay, just pulling our arm across our body again one more time. Awesome. You can release, going over to the opposite arm. Very, very good work. We're gonna do some more shoulder rolls. I love shoulder rolls. Really good way to open up our chest. I know if we're sitting down watching TV at the desk, we need to open up our chest a bit more. Good, rolling forwards. Okay, I'm gonna invite you, if you have chairs nearby, if your balance isn't the greatest, you can keep that. What I'm gonna do is cross one leg over in front. I'm gonna lean that opposite, the same way, sorry. If you want, you could add in a wrist roll at the top. Putting up our sides here. Good, coming out of that nice and slow. We can go over the opposite way now. So crossing that other leg. Awesome. If you have a sturdy chair, a wall, a counter, whatever you have nearby, table, we're going to do a bit of a calf stretch, okay? So you can see here, I'm leaning into this chair, okay? My toe is pushing up against that chair, and I'm leaning in. You should feel that stretch come up the back of your leg, the back of your calf, down here, okay? And if you can come away, we're going to go towards the other foot. This is a great stretch to do after aerobic training or after your walks, whatnot. We're going to go back to that starting foot again, stretch it out one more time on the other foot. Good, awesome. Going back over to that other foot again, one more time. Good. Okay, we can come down to our chairs. Maybe to get a deeper stretch. You could do this one standing if you'd like, but I just find it is a bit better if maybe you also have some issues with dizziness or your blood pressure as well. I like to do it seated. So sitting in our chairs, we're going to extend one leg out. See, all the way down in front, okay? Slowly going down to that foot. If you can only make it to your shin or your knee, that's no problem. Again, we should be feeling that stretch come all the way back up, even a little bit higher now than that last stretch into our hamstring. Okay, I want everyone to come up nice and slow. What we're going to do is we're going to go back down to that same leg. You're going to find that maybe you can stretch a little bit deeper this time, okay? Taking a nice big breath in. On the way down, exhaling. And hopefully some of you may have even stretched a little bit deeper this time. Good, coming up nice and slow. We're gonna do the same thing over to the opposite leg, okay? Just have that leg straight out and you can lean in. One leg may be better than the other. This one's not my better leg. Okay, coming up nice and slow. We're gonna take that nice deep breath in. Exhale, go back down one more time. Good, coming up nice and slow. Okay, what we're gonna do is, still seated in our chairs, we're gonna turn one way, okay? Try to rotate out our back a little bit. We're coming back to the middle nice and slow. We're gonna go to the opposite way now. Good, coming back to the middle. We're gonna go back the opposite way one more time, okay? Really trying to stretch out our back here. Good, coming back to the middle. And one more time, the other way. Good, come back to the middle. We're gonna do that shoulder roll, just one shoulder this time, okay? So sitting up nice and proud, engaging our core. On the same side, we're gonna hold onto the chair and lean over again to stretch out the side here. Awesome. Good, coming back to the middle. We're gonna roll out that other shoulder again, going back. Okay, leaning over. Good, coming back down. So we rolled back the last one with our shoulders. Now we're gonna roll forwards with just one arm. And you guessed it, we're gonna lean back over again, okay? Really trying to get a little bit deeper in the stretch this time around. Good, coming back down. Opposite shoulder now, rolling forwards. Okay, leaning over the other way again. Good. We're going to go down to our ankles. So we're going to do a little bit of rotation for our ankles. You can pick 1 foot at a time. Rotating whatever way feels best for you. Good. You can swap ankles. You hear a couple cracks. I did. We're going to do some neck stretching as well. So very, very cautious when you do this, right? If you're dealing with any type of dizziness or maybe your blood pressure as well, you want to make sure we're being extra careful. So just to slowly start off, just dropping your head down. Even this might feel good for you. If you want a bit more, you can slowly rotate shoulder to shoulder, nice and slow. Very, very slow anytime we're dealing with our head, our neck. If you want, you can bring your head back to the middle. And if you want more of a stretch, you can just gently tap down the back of your head. Good. Coming up nice and slow. We're going to bring your ear to your shoulder, leaning towards that direction, because not even I can touch that. You should feel the stretch, of course, on the opposite side of your neck. If that is not enough for you, also, again, you can gently tap down on the side of your head. Good. Coming up nice and slow back to the middle. Going over to your opposite shoulder. And again, if you want more, you can gently press down the side of your head. We're going to do some deep breathing to finish off. Okay, so we're going to inhale for 4 seconds. Then you're going to hold for 4 seconds. Then we're going to exhale out slowly through our mouth for 4 seconds. Okay, so first in through the nose for 4 seconds. Hold. And out for 4. You're going to do that a few more times. So in slowly for 4. Hold. And out. One more time. And out. Feel like you can bring your hands up with me for this last one. Okay, coming up. And out. And you can bring your hands together to give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you again for coming out today. You can look on our schedule for more events throughout the week. It was nice seeing everyone. Have a good rest of your week.